men's haircut tier list. These are the best and worst haircuts going into the year 2024. I want to make sure you guys are looking good as possible. I'm going to get straight into the tier list, but first I think it's important to know that your face shape is actually extremely important when it comes to getting a haircut. What I recommend doing before watching this video is going on TikTok, using the face shape filter to figure out which face shape you have, and that's going to help decide which haircut is going to look best on you. That being said, it's time to rate some haircuts. The first person we have here is David Beckham. He's a really handsome guy, but we can't use the face to compare the haircut. That being said, a haircut like this is going to particularly look good on someone who has a very defined looking face. There are also a lot better looking haircuts out there, so I'm going to have to put this at, why do the tiers look like this? I'm going to put this at a little above average. This haircut is a little bit above average, but you really have to have a good looking face for it to pull off. For you to pull it off, that's right. Moving on, we have the buzz cut. This is one of the most versatile haircuts in the game. This haircut gets a lot of hate, and it's because a lot of people who don't have a good looking face get it. A rule of thumb that's important to go by is that people with a better looking, more angular face will always look better with shorter haircuts. That's not to say that they'll look bad with long hair, or long hair could actually even look better. But if you have a very rounded face, typically it's not going to look good to have shorter hairstyles. I'm going to put this haircut at A tier. I don't know what it is with all these words right here. I wish it just said ASB, and all of that stuff. But like, anyway, this is a little bit below a great tier. This honestly could be a great looking haircut. Next, we have an afro. This haircut is kind of mid. I think it could look good on certain people. I'm going to put it at the same tier as the Jordan Beckham hair. Next, we have bald. Going bald is not something that you have to go through. I notice a lot of guys end up going bald and they feel like they have no control over that. But in my other videos, especially my YouTube shorts, I talk about all the ways that you can actually prevent this and ensure that you never have to worry about losing your hair. I'm putting this at F tier. A buzz cut is always going to trump a bald hairstyle. Next, we have these ASAP Rocky dreads. Honestly, I think they look pretty good. It's really going to depend on your face shape. They really suit him. I'm going to move this up to the top of, what tier would this be? B tier, because this could look good, but it really depends from person to person. So how do I move this? There it is. Something that's important to note is that whenever you show your forehead, it's going to look a lot more masculine. That being said, if you don't have a strong hairline, a lot of people are not going to be able to pull this off, which is why it's one below A tier, because it could look really good depending on the person. Next up, we have this little faux hawk. The amount of little kids that get this haircut, including myself when I was a little kid, I had it, is actually insane. I actually think kids get it for a reason. It's because it looks pretty good. So I would actually put this slightly above average, not above the ASAP Rocky dreads though. If you're someone who has straight hair and you don't really know what hairstyle to go with, this is actually not a bad option. It'll make your face look more symmetrical because the haircut is centered towards the middle, obviously, when you look at that picture. Once again, another issue that may arise is if you have a bad hairline, you're not really going to be able to pull this off. But go watch some of my YouTube shorts on hairlines if you really want to fix yours. This honestly is a pretty good haircut. Next, we have this side part looking thing. I don't even know what this is. I think there's a reason I don't know. It's because it doesn't really look that good. This went out of style a long time ago, so I'm going to put this at whatever tier this is. I'm actually so annoyed that these don't just say S, A, B, D, like all that stuff. It's actually getting on my nerves. But whatever, this haircut is trash regardless. Maybe it's the haircut that's making me mad. I'm not sure. All right, what is this? F tier, no explanation needed. Next, I feel like I've seen this haircut 3 times already. Maybe I chose the wrong tier list. I'm just going to put it there. Once again, that's another faux hawk. I don't know the difference between this and this. Why do they keep repeating haircuts? Next, we have the soccer kid haircut. I feel like I used to see this everywhere back in like 2018. It's okay. It's not horrible. It can actually look really clean on certain people. I don't like this little stripe here, but hey, maybe if you have a strong hairline and actual full thick hair, this could look pretty good. This hairstyle could look really good if it didn't have this line, which is kind of annoying me, so I'll put it in the middle right here. Next, we have the casual dreads. I don't know the difference between like freeform dreads and all that, but this looks pretty good. Once again, it depends on your face shape. If you're a model, like bro, these light skinned models always have this hairstyle. Because of the potential that this has, I'm putting it in A tier. So yeah, A tier. Especially if you get like, as you can see, kind of has like these blonde highlights. That looks really good in my opinion. And next, we have one that's like, it's just obviously bad. Why are you putting this in this list? Why is it there? Actually, I'm gonna put that on par with this because it's not as bad as these bottom 2 right there. Next, we have like this male model Giga Chad hairstyle. If you have long hair, keep in mind, this is something that goes off your face. For the same reason that a buzz cut could look bad if you have a very rounded face, so is this. This haircut's gonna look good on some people. You honestly just need to have good hair in general to pull this off. Otherwise, it's gonna look like a frizzy bird's nest. It's just really not gonna look good at all. I'm gonna put this at the top of, I guess this would be C tier. It's banging. Why do they have this instead of saying C tier? I'm so annoyed about that. This video is going to be a failure, bro. Why? This is literally the same thing as this. It's just a different person. Bro, why? Stop. I chose the wrong tier list. This is my fault at this point. Bro, this is the same hairstyle, but in a different, like, it's just tied up in the back. Besides the point, the man bun, bro, is not going to look good on most people. You got to have a male model looking face to pull this off. Gosh, this is making me mad. Next, we have this thing. There's like this one influencer that has this haircut, bro. I think it's like Cody Peterson is his name. No diss to him, but this haircut, like, it's not the move, bro. bro. It's a little bit below average. It doesn't really look good on most people. Okay, next we have a haircut that I think I've seen already. This is like the same thing. I guess it's like straight hair flow, but this guy has really good hair in general, so I'm not sure where I'm gonna rank this. Okay, so to pull this hairstyle off, you are literally gonna have some of the thickest like straight hair you could ever have, and that's gonna be very unachievable for most people, so I'm gonna put this below average. If your hair is amazing quality, yes, you can do this hairstyle, but for the average person, that's just not gonna be the case. Next, I have this. I guess this would be like the 70-30. It's like kind of like a quiff side part. I'm gonna put this at S tier, bro. This is like the closest thing to like that popular TikTok hairstyle that's going around right now, which is definitely a bonus. The diamond face shape is gonna look amazing with this. So will the heart face shape, so will the square face shape. Honestly, this fits almost anybody's face. Also, if you grow out this like front little part here, it could look really good, and you could hide your hairline if your hairline's not looking too good. Next, how did I, okay, this is my fault. Why are these hairstyles here? Okay, this guy looks like he's literally wearing a wig. If we're talking about someone who's not wearing a wig, this style of curly hair, it's pretty average. I don't see the point of getting a haircut that looks like that. Okay, next, we have this man bun looking thing. I don't like this at all. It's trash. It's horrible. It's not worse than any of these, but it's not good. Why won't you move? Okay, now we have this sort of Viking hairstyle. Once again, who's rocking this? Let's just move to the last one, the waves. The waves are gonna have to be pretty high up. They look pretty good. And yeah, that's our tier list. I'm not happy with this tier list. I might have to do another one. Like, why are these here? Like, I don't get, like, what are all of these down there are just horrible. Okay, so I think it's pretty apparent that tier list was god awful. But in order to actually give you guys some good advice, I'm gonna give my top 5 hairstyles going into 2024. So that way you guys can actually find something that suits you. Although it may not look like these pictures, this is the hairstyle that I have right now. And what makes it so good is the fact that it's so versatile. If you have curly to wavy hair, this hairstyle is so good. Just using myself as an example, you can see that it goes out and kind of hangs in the front right now. But if I want to, I can do a middle part. It looks good when it's wet. It just looks good in all stages, especially when you add products like salt spray or curl spray. This is my brand Clean Cut Cosmetics, and I use it on my hair all the time. For wavier hair, you're gonna want to use the salt spray. For curlier hair, you can use the curl spray. But yeah, I'll link that in the description if you guys want to check it out. That being said, this isn't gonna work out too well for people who have straight hair, so let me show you a good hairstyle for straight hair. So the hairstyle that I have pulled up right here is called a quiff. This is amazing for people with straight hair, and it honestly never really goes out of style. That being said, if you have straight hair, you are gonna need to use some styling products to get the right look. For this style right here, you're gonna want to get something like a pomade or a hair clay, and you can also combine it with something like salt spray to get the texture and volume. Number 3, and by the way, this is no specific order, I have this hairstyle right here. This is a fade. If you have extremely curly hair, also known as coily hair, this is what I recommend getting. It will look good on literally anybody with coily hair, and you can get this hairstyle even if you have straight, wavy, or curly hair. This is another one of those hairstyles that will literally never go out of style. And number 4, for people with wavy hair, I have this hairstyle in the top left. This is undefeated. If you're younger, this is such a good hairstyle. It's like that beach boy look. Once again, and I'm not trying to glaze the product, but salt spray will give you this look. Especially if you don't have naturally curly hair, you could simply just get a perm and achieve this hairstyle. This hairstyle is literally undefeated for people with curly hair or wavy hair, either one. You can kind of be in between for this hairstyle. Now finally, for the most universally appreciated hairstyle, and also one of the most hated hairstyles in the world, making its second appearance in this video. You might have guessed it, but this is the buzz cut. When in doubt, buzz it out, bro. If you want a low maintenance haircut that can look really clean, especially if you're wearing like a suit and tie, this is a haircut I totally recommend. But like I said before, you need a good looking face to pull something off like this. And that's why I recommend watching my other videos where I give you guys top tier advice on looking better. Your hair is the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to go over when it comes to your appearance, and there's so much more to learn. So do not miss out. Go look at my other videos so that way you can learn fully about how to change your appearance for the better. Subscribe to join the Dillington cult.